Hello and welcome to episode 25 of the Apocalyptic Knitter podcast. I'm your host. It always sounds a bit weird when I say that. I'm Naomi and I'm coming to you from Leeds in West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my young son and our cat. And it is the 1st of October today. A very wet and miserable day, and yeah, so I'm off this week. I'm sounding a bit gravelly today. I can't, when you wake up, you're not quite sure if you're coming down with a cold or not. But yeah, other than that, I'm fine. This may be just a bit of an early warning. It might be a bit of a longer episode. I've come to a bit of a milestone with the gansey, so I'm going to chat about that. Update with some of the whips that I've got, and it was Yarndale at the weekend, so I've got lots and lots of acquisitions to show you, and to kind of give you a bit of an idea of what plans I've got with them. So I didn't want to kind of sound too rushed or anything, and I know sometimes I can go into a bit of a tangent with stuff, so I'll try and rein it in. This is a Bertie Burr. So last week was my last day at my job, and I got given this little bear and some gorgeous flowers from my work, so that was really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna stick him in the corner there so he can keep an eye on me. Right, where shall I start? Socials first of all, that always helps. So I'm Naomi Knits on Instagram, and I'm Big Bird on Ravelry. So BIGGBIRD. Yes. So I think I'm gonna go through my two whips first. I have planned today to get stuck in. I did yesterday and today. I kind of classed as knitting days because I had a really frantic crescendo with work last week, and then I had family party, and then I had Yarndale and all the travels and stuff like that. So I wanted a couple of unwind days, and I ended up doing quite a chunk of the gansey yesterday, and I'm up to an exciting bit. But because I've reached that milestone, I wanted to kind of podcast to show you it before I moved on, if that makes sense. So anyway, itchy nose. How are we all doing? Are we all right? Are we enjoying the transition into autumn? Enjoying all your pumpkin spice? I've never had a pumpkin spice latte, to be honest with you. It really does not appeal to me, and I don't want to waste like a £5 trying to get one. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a delivery outside. Is it for me or is it for the neighbour? I apologise if the doorbell goes. I think it might be for the neighbours. That's okay. Right. So in my little grey girl bag, I've got these Christmas socks. Ooh. And I've managed to turn the heel on them. I won't say I've done a huge amount on them, but I have picked it up every now and then. So yeah, and I always feel like you're on the home run once you've done the heel. Just my phone's doing something weird. So yeah, so that is a size. I've gone for a size 7, and that's on 2.5mm needles. And this is the wool that I've been using. It's King Cole Party Glitz, and it's in the colourway Grinch, which I love that. It's a little bit slippy, so it kind of goes a bit messy quite quickly, and I'm so one of my acquisitions, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to move it into a different bag because I was struggling to keep it in the pyramid bag. Now the pyramid bags are good for if you've got like a neatly wound cake or if it's a hand wound ball, but I think when it's something like that, I'm just struggling to get it out. So I'm just going to leave it outside for now. And there, and my other sock is in, you'll notice a theme, another little grey go bag, my pandas. I do like my pandas. And I've done quite a bit of progress on this one. So this is, I'm doing a size 11-ish. Well, if they get a 12, they get a 12. So that's coming on. It always looks like really long, but this is like I've cast on 68 stitches. So when I looked at the recipient's feet, you know, you kind of eyeball and you're thinking that that's quite narrow for a, it'll stretch. So I've now done the heel, and I'm thinking about where I'm going to put the rib in, because I don't really want to run out of yarn, but then even though if it did, it's a commercial brand, West Yorkshire Spinners, that I can get more of, but then I don't want to go into a new ball, and I should have weighed it before. Oh, did I weigh more? I might have logged it on my spreadsheet, what it was before. Anyway, I'm thinking of, you see how it does the 2 green stripes and then the 2, like the red and the orange? I'm thinking I might get past the 2 green ones and then start on the red cuff, but then I won't be in the same position there, will I? So I wanted to start on that pattern there. So I don't quite know what to, I think I'm just gonna have to weigh this really and just kind of see, weigh this so far, weigh that, and then see how I am. So there we go. But oh gosh, I need to get a wiggle on for them. It's for their birthday, which is next week. So I'm gonna have to, the colourway that I'm using is Holly Berry for the mane. Can you see that there? So it's Holly Berry, which is quite a renowned colourway for the West Yorkshire Spinners range. And then they also do like a red contrast, like a plain red. And they feel quite nice and woolly. So that's going back in there. I think at the moment I'm wanting, while I'm off, I wanted to give a really good push on the gansey and get to a set, I think, because when I start my new job, my mental energy in the evening, I'm just going to be wiped out. So I thought, if I can get past the pattern body, if I can do the shoulder, what do they call it? The saddle shoulders. And then if I could pick up the stitches for the sleeve and kind of get the sleeve established. I've got a little bit of pattern that I'm going to do, like about 1 inch of 2x2 rib and then 1 inch of the garter, just to kind of give a bit of a prominence. Is that the right word? Just to give it a bit prominent? Oh, I don't know. It sounded right in my head, but when I said it, it doesn't sound right. Pronouncement? I don't know. You know what I mean. And then it's going to be stockinette all the way down through to the rib. Because I'm not following a pattern, oh, a little loop, just tuck you in. Because I'm not really following an actual pattern, more like following the book, and having a look through to get the schematics and the ratios of what length and what you decrease for the arms and what you do for the neckline and all that kind of thing, rather than an actual pattern. I've got the sleeve measurements, and what I want to do is just kind of find one of the patterns that has like a plain sleeve, and then find the nearest size that I'm making from that one. I just want a bit of a guide for the decreases, basically. I'm also intending, because I've got two circular needles, I'm also intending to knit the sleeves at the same time, where I'll go, right, I'm going to do that inch of 2x2 rib, or that inch was actually 12 rows, I'm going to do 12 rows on that one, and then each time I kind of get through, just so I know, because I've done it before where I've got a top upstairs that I made and one sleeve is longer than the other. How? And it's not noticeable until you know, and I just thought, I can see it. So I just want to kind of get that done, because sometimes when you're doing it and you're measuring it against each other, if one's not quite lying as flat as you think, you can overshoot it and all that kind of thing. So shall I show you whereabouts I'm up to on it? This is very exciting. I literally did this morning. So I'm going to show you the tease of where we were up to last time. So you can see there, and that was on the front. So I've now done all the front and all the back to the exact same time. Well, exact same time, the exact number of rows. So I've been ticking them off. And you'll see all this pink waste yarn. Move those needles out of the way. So what I did was, the book stated somewhere along the lines of, to work out how many you leave for the neck, you kind of divide it into thirds. So I did a little bit of maths, sums, and I had 191 stitches. So divided by 3 was around about 64. So it would have been 64, 64 and 63. But I'm a bit weird when it comes to, I like it to, it was where the 64 stitch ended was in the middle of one of the panels, and I want it to kind of have like a nice dividing point. So and then I remembered, you know, I spoke about doing the cables, and I added an extra stitch or two into the cables so it didn't pucker in, or splay, that's what they call it. So I think I've worked out that the middle is actually now like 59 stitches. So it's not too far off. And that just finished nice just after these step ones there. And that's going to be plenty, because it goes like that. I'm also going to have the shoulder panels. So yeah, that's going to be plenty to fit over the head. So look at that, I'm absolutely thrilled. That little marker there was what I did yesterday. I had a real push on it and did loads. So you're probably thinking, what the hell has she got with all these different needles? So I was working out how, I didn't want this task to be a bit of a task paralysis when I'm overthinking it, and then I'm getting nervous about starting it, so I do all different jobs that I need to do except doing this. So I had one needle on the back, one needle on the front, and so I manoeuvred some stitches around. So I've got the loop bit there, and my needles kind of, oh hang on, my needles pointing out there ready, because when I read the pattern, you start your provisional cast on like separately, and then that's when, but you start at the neck edge, and then you do that thing where you knit your row, and then you're kind of picking up one stitch there and knitting it in, one stitch the other side. So I moved the needles around, and then I did that. I did my other needles on the other side, so I kind of feel like they're in the right position. So that's really exciting. And there is where, as I say, the sleeves are gonna go. I really do not know how long that this shoulder saddle thing is gonna take me to do. I said last episode that I was gonna do a sample and like do a couple of swatches and have a go, and I've decided against that because I just want to get stuck in, and I think that I can do it. I'm gonna have no telly on, no distractions, and I'm just gonna do it. I think what it is I'm gonna follow the directions really well, and I'm gonna see it as it goes along, because they say to do it a certain way so you get that nice neat groove along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for that, and if it looks a bit too messy, I'll start, you know what I mean, I'll go, oh, do you know what, you should have listened to yourself in episode 24. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do that right after this. I've finished filming this, which is really exciting. I'm hoping, because I'm casting on 21 stitches, which isn't very much, is it really? And I'm literally doing 21 stitches and knitting a strip that long. So I'm kind of hoping it'd be like 3 hours for one, 3 hours for the other, or I mean, I might even get excited and do them both, and I don't know. I think it's one of those, I think once I start getting into the rhythm of it and I've done like the first like 6 or 8 rows, I'll know what I'm doing. The pattern that I'm doing on the shoulder is matching the chevron in the middle, and I've learnt that pattern off by heart now, which is really good. I think this chevron pattern is 19 stitches, so, but I think the outer stitch each side is likely to be the stitch that you knit together, so I won't include for that. So I'm very, very excited, and it is so warm now, because it's like long enough, like it lays on my lap, and it's getting a bit colder in the evening. So that is a gansey. I will do another little video once I've done one, or once I've done both. It might take me a week. I might fluff it up and all sorts, or it might take me a day, and I'll literally just jump on for 5 minutes just to kind of show you, because I will be so excited that I will want to share it with somebody. So that is that. Right. Oh, 20 minutes, that's not too bad. We have some coffee. Decaf Kenko. I'm a real coffeeholic. And when I had to stop having caffeine, I was devastated. But Kenko do a really nice decaf, because I like my coffee to taste strong, and sometimes some coffees, especially with decaf, you put a lot of the coffee in and it doesn't taste strong, it just tastes weird, but this actually tastes quite good. So there you go. Anyway, are you ready to see my acquisitions from Yarndale? I know it's a lot, and I intended to get a lot because I wanted to get, I was seeing in my stash, I've just got lots and lots of like pretty, but just one single, one of a kind skeins. And what I wanted to do is to kind of do the stash up to stash down, where I kind of wanted to plan and get a couple of sweater weights or something that would go with something in there, and then that would make a project. So that's kind of how I've done, and I feel like I've done really well. It's probably not going to be the order of what I bought, but we'll start off. This is a very special one to me. So this is from West Yorkshire Spinners, one of their sock yarns, and it was a show special. So they had about four show specials. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There was a lot of background noise, but I'm sure somebody said that they've named them after the flock, or after the sheep that was used from it, or the flock or something. And I was only, to be honest with you, at that point, sorry Kate, sorry Sam, I was starting to flag a little bit in the afternoon, so I was only really half listening, and then I was looking at the colours thinking, not usually as vibrant as I go for or whatever. And then my friend Sammy was looking at the colourway names. I was laughing because one was called Nigel, and I'm thinking, Nigel? One was called Maud, and she's, oh, this one's called Brenda. And I just stopped them a chat because Brenda was my late mum's name. So I was all like, I don't care if it's the most horrific colours ever, it's coming home with me. But it's not horrific colours at all. It's really, really nice. They're quite earthy, and this will be self-striping. I don't know what contrast I do. I mean, there's a little bit of mustardy gold there, and I've got some, like half a ball of like the gold mustard, so that can be the contrast. So, well, yes. So that's that one. So sorry for making you all cry, for being sentimental, but no. What should I do next? Okay, now that I brought it out. So I bought these a couple of months ago, do you remember me saying? So this was from Woolly Mama, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I've got two of these skeins. And what I wanted to do, because I had a vision. My inspiration actually came from the Olympics, right? It comes in funny places. And one of the contestants, one of the countries, had on their leotard was like a really nice rich purple with orange, like the contrast, and I thought, that is really, really pretty. I really want, just something in there. So I saw this, I thought that was really nice and bright. Look at that. This is the first time I've actually put them together, because I was just trying to visualise it when I was there. So this is going to be, I'm going to do a hoodie shawl cardigan, and the first section, like the yoke section, where you do two colours contrasting, and it's a garter stitch, 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows. That is going to be for this bit, because I thought this orange, this one here is really nice and vibrant, but with the dark rich one, it won't be too, do you know what I mean? It'll be a really nice, really complementary. So I will tell you what it is. So I've got 2 of those, and it's from River Knits. It's a 4-ply, and the colourway is called Galaxis. And this is 100% British blue-faced Leicester. 400 metres per 100 gram skeins. So I've got the 2 of those, well, one's in there somewhere. I've got 2 of those and 2 of those. I then also needed another 2 skeins to then do the more plain body. But we were trying all different combos. I was trying teal, I was trying grey, just wasn't quite sure. And I thought, if I'm not quite sure, go home, sit on it for a bit, have a think, have a muse, and then you can always buy something. Excuse me, you can always buy something when you made your mind up. And I might even have a look in my stash to see, because I'm thinking more of like a grey body, and then get more of this as the pop around it, or like a hot pink pop around it to kind of bring it in together. I don't know, we'll see. So I was happy with the 2 purples. So that's that one. I think this was my last purchase actually, this one. This is from Floof Fibre, and this is called, oh, there it is. Oh, what was it? Where's the colour name? It's there. Haunted Mansion. And this is Arran. So you've got really rich hot pink with some orange speckles there. Some real nice orange tones there. And this is, it looks black, but you've got real deep purples there. And this is actually like a really dark emerald green. And I've got it in Arran because I want to make myself a nice hat, like a warm hat for the winter. And I always end up choosing 4-ply, and then it getting exasperated, it's not knitting up quick enough for me. So I thought, I'm gonna have a look, because I was watching the Bakery Bears, and Kay Jones had a hat pattern. I think she said it was called the Angel Hat. And that looked quite nice and simple enough, so I'm just gonna, because there's lots of colours in, I don't want to go for something that's got too much of a pattern, because I think it'll get lost. So yeah, so I'm gonna make that for before December, before the temperatures really get super cold. And I did need a couple of project bags, because I've not bought a project bag for absolutely ages, possibly even up to 2 years. But when I like to buy them, I do have a fondness for Little Grey Girl, and I think it's just because, I don't know, I think she just does really fun fabric. I'm not sponsored by anything. Really fun fabrics, and they're just really well made, and yeah, I like them. So I got 2. Now I normally go for the zip ones, but I thought this was quite a really good size. So it is a drawstring bag, and got like a hoop so you can put it in. So I don't even, can somebody tell me what these are? I was sort of thinking, is it a firefly? I don't think it's a dragonfly. Is it upside down? I thought that was really pretty. And pink, that's not to love. And then I have seen this fabric before and I loved it. And me and my friend, like, I think she said that there was like 1 left or something, or there was two left. And you know, you're sat there thinking, but no, it was good. She chose the other one, but no. And so I went for this one here. So this is all the books, which I really like. So again, it's got the hoop, it's the drawstring, and it's got her trademark grey in the middle. And this is the same again, like for a sock one. So what I thought was, I think this is a better shape to put that in. So I'm going to do that now. So I just think I can just get to it better there than if it was in a pyramid. There we go. Boop. I really like that. I then went to see the lovely Gem at Snugglystars, and so she had her show special. So this is a rainbow for autumn, which is really nice. I can't wait to open that up. And I already know what socks I'm going to do with that. It's another pattern from Kay Jones, and I didn't look up the pattern name, but she'd recently done a pattern and there's a bit of a lace work in the socks, and she said it reminds you know those primary school socks that you used to have with all like the holes in. And I thought, yeah, so I think that will look quite nice actually. So there we go. And then I've got this as a contrast. So this is Coal on the fabulous sock base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Now, I don't know if you remember, but back in April when I went to Edinburgh for that show, I was looking for a I want to make another one of my exposure tops. So my pink top, the really bright pink, that's like sleeveless, so it almost looks like a bit of a Y shape jumper with like quite a long v-neck, and I wear it with like a long sleeve cotton top. I wear that so much because I am, at the moment, due to medical reasons, I am prone to a lot of hot flushes, and I feel like it doesn't overheat me. But that is quite loud and bright, and I wanted one that was just a bit more conservative. And in April I was looking for, I thought that I would find something at Zakami Yarns. I didn't see them at Yarndale this time actually, but I simply put it on a back burner. Well, I went to Yarn Unique, who do beautiful colours, and I looked in the like the bargain basket, and I was like, what on earth are those doing there? They were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is looking blue on the camera, but it's a bit more teal, like a variegated teal. And that's going to be the contrast. So I know I used a grey contrast again last time, but just something to fade out. So, and I like that top because it's just 2 of one and 1 of another. And this feels lovely. It is Silky Yak 4-ply. So it's 366 meters per 100 gram. And it's it's 60% merino, 20% silk and 20% yak. And that colourway is, they're both called Glacier Fire. And it's on my favourite, it's like a high twist. It's like you probably might not be able to pick it up. Or maybe. I quite like that because it just has a bit of a nicer stitch definition. Now, I was just then thinking, oh yeah, if it's yak and silk, it's got the less yardage because it's 366 meters, whereas on your merino that's more like 400, 420. But I remember when I did my pink one, that was on a cashmere base, and I'm sure the cashmeres are also that shorter one. But we shall see. It should be enough to do at least the main pieces, and then whatever I'm left with, I'll just, as I say, do more of that, because I think this one, on my last one, I think I used about 50 grams of the contrast grey. So I'm really happy that that's going to make a garment, and that was just what I wanted, because it's, as I say, it's really nice, but it's not too loud, is it? Do you know what I mean? So that's that. I saw this on the Instagram page. So this is from Hayley at Ducky Darlings, and you might not be able to see, but it is like a thread cutter. And what it is you can take that safely on a in like your hand luggage rather than scissors, because it's not like deemed as a dangerous object. So I thought, oh, that'd be, oh, just drop it. I thought that'd be handy. I saw, oh I got it. I saw this from a Happy Crow, and I picked this from is it Mabel, the mannequin. And I thought that's just a bit different. It's all like different mauve colours, a little bit of a dusky pink going darker. Hair in my mouth, sorry. And also I've picked up from there, and I've put it in my purse in the coin bit to keep safe. I've not brought it out. They'd had a little pot of all different stitch markers, and my friend Sammy picked one out, and it was a flat one, a cat paw print, which is really, really cute. Because I like stitch markers, but I don't like them when they're too bulbous or too heavy. I quite like the flat ones, or the ones that are just the you know, the hexagonal rings, or like the little light bulb ones. I don't know, it just makes my fingers a bit. And that was quite nice, although it was a dangly one, it was flat, so I thought I like that. So that's that one. So I'm going to stick that in my, oh, can I throw out? Oh gosh. No, I can't. Is the answer. Right, let me stick that in there. To excuse the attire, I had a physio this morning, so I'm in the leggings. Right. I then went to Attic Spin Dye. This was a new to me vendor last year, where I got, I'm not wearing them, you know those socks I did not so long ago, and it was the hot pink and the black microstripe, which were, look at that, absolutely beautiful. I mean, that contrast blue is just like an electric blue. So this is just like a nice little sock set. It's just 50 grams, 20 gram, which is fab. Has it got a, doesn't have a colourway name on that one, that's okay. And they gave me a very cute little house. I thought that was really nice. That's a nice little progress keeper on there. I was trying to look what was on the house, but my eyesight is that bad. I'm like, there we go. Right, next up, I know, I'm sorry. No, not sorry, because this, it will get used up. So this was the first store that I went to. And I went there last year, and they had this big sack of wool that they were selling everything in it for £1. And I bought one purely because it was £1. And then I got home thinking, you don't really use yellow, why have you got yellow for? So this time I did have a word with myself and say, yes, it's a really great price, but make sure that it's colours that you're going to use and what have you. So we managed to find 5 of these kind of grey. And I say manage is because these are the same grey, but there was some, can you see how that's got like a little, it's almost got like a little bit of a a tinge of brown, like a brown grey. There was others that were more of a slaty grey. So we were kind of like laying them on the table, making sure that they were the right shades. But yes, this was like £1 for I'm assuming it's 100 gram skein. The lady said that they were literally offcuts from the mill that morning. Now I'm looking at these two. I would say these were 4-ply. That's another 4-ply. I'm not sure if these two are 4-ply or a bit thicker. So it might just be me. So we'll have to be mindful of that and perhaps wind them up and just do a bit of a thing. But I'm hoping I could do a something with those. £5 for all of that. And then, because obviously that wasn't enough for me, and they had some more, we found 4 of the same, like purpley, like a lilac, and you can't go wrong with a grey, can you? So I thought that will probably make another garment, and I think that would make quite a nice contrast, like if there's like a pattern on the yoke. Also, I've not even mentioned the name of the stall holder. Sorry. It was Laxton Yarns, Laxton, Laxton Yarns. They also had others obviously that weren't. They had all kinds of colours. They had a nice olive green and some peach or corals, but I thought I don't tend to use those as my palette anyway. And lots of different tonals of like beiges and creams and whites and greys. So I thought, and that, I believe, well, that's all the yarn. And I've just got one more thing to show you. One more thing. I thought I brought everything round with me, and obviously not. On my little list, I was on the lookout for some sock blockers, because I did have some plastic ones, you know, the blue ones, but I cannot find them for the love of me. So these are from Lorette Crafts UK, and I got the large and an extra large. So the large is adult 7 to 9, so I'm a size 8.5. And then extra large is for size 10 to 12. So these ones that I'm making, I can block it out on there. And it comes with a little cute, oh, I'm going to show it the other way. Little cute sock stitch marker there. And then it's very clever what they do. Can you see like the hearts there? Hi. They cut those out and then like gave me these, and I was like, oh, so these are just little bits of wood that you can then use as little like present gift tags. So I thought, oh, I like that. And then lastly, new job, new notebook, yeah, Yarndale. So I thought, yeah, let know on day one. But no. And I like these ones. It's similar to the notebook that I got at the minute, and I like the little elastic bit. And I like playing with that little bit there when I'm on the phone. Does anyone else do that? I used to be able to curl my finger around the wire, but we don't really use that anymore now, do we? So I always have to play with something, pen top or whatever. There we go. So that is all my goodies, and I do have plans for them all. And I think once I finish the gansey, I'd like to get my radiator that's living there looking at me. I'd like to get that done before December, and an iron hat, because then I'm not ordering a new advent calendar this year, but what I am going to do is I want to start knitting last year's advent calendar from the 1st of December. And I spoke to Hayley at Ducky Darlings, and she was, and why is it I always feel guilty for not using the wool that I'd bought previously, you know what I mean, when you get all excited, and it's, yeah, I'm sure we're all guilty of that, aren't we? So, but I have decided what pattern I'm going to use with it now, so that's going to be, I'm not gonna break my neck and do the full 20 grams every day, but just doing a bit of it every day. Do you know what I mean? I think once you start it off with it, that's the main thing. So, I was thinking about, I don't know what weight these are, but these seem to me as if they're a bit more sport weight, DK. So I was thinking I might swatch them and see if it's enough for doing a Whitmore, but I don't know if it is. And the Whitmore doesn't need or doesn't call for a contrast, but I'm sure there'll be something else on my list that will. I thought I was looking out for drops, like a drop stand, because sometimes they do have them. But I thought, do you know what? If they don't have it, I can always order from Wool Warehouse another time. But I'm going to log all these onto my spreadsheet. Yes, I have a wool itinerary. Is that itinerary? And that kind of tells me how much I've got, and when I bought it, what weight it is, and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to get that done and then tidy it all away and then get on with these shoulders. Oh, I was going to say, we are 2 subscribers away from 100 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who has recently subscribed, who is continuing to watch me. I hope I'm not boring you. But no, it's really good. And I did say that once we reach 100, well, we're all one big team. Once we reach 100, I'm gonna do a bit of a giveaway, and I'm gonna find a nice skein from my stash, and yeah, I will put that. So hopefully next week we reach 100, I can do the giveaway. So anyway, I'm going to shoot off. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I hope you find some nice time to yourself to look after a bit of self-care and look after your mental health. And yeah, do you know what? If you need a little bit of what I call a Sunday afternoon, watching a film when it's raining outside, do it. All right, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.